In this video, we'll touch upon a more technical feature, expressions, but don't worry, we'll make it easy for you. Think about an expression as something that produces a value. It can be a string, which you can think of as a text value for simplicity, a numeric value, true or false statements, or even an array of records and more. If you're familiar with custom Salesforce formula fields, you can even think of Maven Documents expressions in a similar way. You build formula fields with different Salesforce fields and operators, which produces the output you want. So do expressions allow you to manipulate Salesforce data to achieve the needed result. We won't dig deep into the technical aspect of it, as we have a detailed explanation in our documentation which you can look through at your own pace. In this video, we'd like to cover 3 main cases expressions can be used for. So let's jump right in. The first one is grouping. Imagine you have a list of products in your quote and you'd like to group them into separate tables by the product category. This can be achieved by a few elements from Maven Template Builder. A repeater that will go through each and every product category you have, an expression that will provide a list of products grouped by the product category, and a table inside a repeater that will show products grouped by the category. Let's jump into the template to see how it works. Here we have a repeater. In the repeater, we specify the variable by which the tables will be repeated. In our example, it's the product category. In the repeater, we introduce the variable. And now in the expression builder, we'll specify the exact data or the records we'd like to group and by which field. In variable value, open the expression builder. In function, select group by and click insert. In array, we just need to specify the object records we'd like to group. In our case, it's the opportunity line item. In field, just specify the field name as on your object. In our case, we group by the product category. And in label, specify how you want to name the list of the grouped records. Click insert 2 times and your expression will be inserted into the document template. The only thing left now is the table element. You can insert the table the way we did in the previous video and elements. The thing we need to change is the value parameter of the table, which basically says, for every product category you find, show me all the products you grouped into this category. And that's it. Although it looks techy, once you try it yourself at your own pace, this will eventually become a piece of cake for you. Here's what the document looks like when generated. We have 3 tables for each of our product categories. The second scenario we have is conditioning logic. Let's continue our example with the table of products. Imagine we have 3 categories the products fall into: beauty, home, and customer gift. We'd like to exclude the customer gift products from the quote since it's not something a client pays for. This can be easily achieved just by 2 elements: a hidden attribute in the table and an expression to specify the conditioning logic. In the table element, just add a hidden attribute, put the cursor to the value of this attribute and open the expression builder. Choose contains function and insert it into the expression builder. Instead of a field, we need to specify the variable we introduced for our categories before and a field that holds the value of the category name. Instead of characters, we need to input the text we'll be comparing the value of the field to. In our example, we'd like to hide the products that contain gift in their category. You can now insert the expression into your template and that's it. The table listing the customer gifts will be hidden from the document. Here's the generated document that only contains 2 tables out of the 3 we had before we introduced the hidden element. That's it, we just have one example left to explore. And finally, data formatting. Sometimes the output of Salesforce fields is not presentable to clients. Let's see how we can change the formatting of the opportunity close date to show 3 letters of the month instead of just the month number. We're back in our template and we'd like to format the opportunity close date here. We only need one expression that will do this for us. We can delete the opportunity close date from here and start from scratch. Put your cursor where the field needs to be and open the expression builder. Choose Format Date function. Instead of field, insert opportunity close date. One extra step we need to do here is wrap our close date in a date format. Since everything that comes from Salesforce is received as a string, we need to format it back into a date so we can play with the date format. Instead of format, specify medium. This is the format that will show the month in letters. Insert your function and we're ready to see what it looks like in the generated document. We've covered only 3 scenarios of using expressions, but there are many more to explore, so we encourage you to check our documentation and continue to experiment further.